everybody. 2 days ago, as I mentioned, my first guest announced his candidacy in the 2004 presidential election. It's a pleasure to have him back on the show. Please welcome Senator Joe Lieberman. Nice of you to hug me. That was very nice.
Yeah, we were talking about hugging before the show, so...
You and I were hugging, yeah.
We were.
This
could be the end of my campaign.
Yeah, that sounds very creepy to people. Let me explain. We were backstage, and you asked a good question. You were asking about the differences between Irish guilt, Irish Catholic guilt, and Jewish guilt.
Yeah, no, you brought that up.
Oh, okay. I was actually looking for cheap therapy. But I said there's no hugging among Irish. We don't hug that much. Yeah. So, and then you started hugging me backstage, and it was very creepy. And I had to stop.
I had this argument with an Irish Catholic colleague in the Senate a while back, and it ended with him saying, okay, this is about the relative merits of the two kinds of guilt, and it ended with him saying, okay, you invented it, we perfected it.
That's very true. You know? We took Jewish guilt and we made it this amazing new kind of guilt.
Yeah.
I think. And I think the Irish Catholics get a lot of credit for that.
I do. I'm going to stand with you on this.
Good. This is a brave stand for you.
Stand,
yeah. You announced, speaking of courageous, you announced Monday that your candidacy for the presidency. This is a big deal.
Right.
And then your first decision is immediately to come to Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Exactly.
Huge mistake.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, most traditional candidates' first name that comes to mind after announcing candidacy, Tim Russert.
Right.
Not me.
Exactly.
Conan O'Brien.
Russert, thank you very much, first of all. Thank you.
And
also, Russert's completely out of control. You know, he's a loose cannon. Here, you'll get I think a very intelligent interview.
Exactly. And
what the hell was that? I wasn't going for a laugh there. And now I'm sad.
See, there's guilt.
Yes, guilt. That's right. Yeah, guilt eating away at me. Last time you were here, you may not remember this, but you sang "My Way."
Oh, I do remember it.
You stood up. You were. This is when you were running for the vice presidency, along with Al Gore, and you came on the show and you grabbed a microphone. You stood up and you started singing "My Way." We couldn't stop you. Let's take a look at.
You forced me to do that.
I did not. You insisted. Let's take a look at a clip from that famous moment. Take a look.
Regrets. Here's one right here. Oh boy. I did it my way.
Yeah. Now that has to be an incredible highlight for you in your career.
It was. You will be impressed, and I will be somewhat depressed by how many people think that was the high point of my campaign.
Really? Yeah.
No.
And so, did you get any good feedback about your singing?
It really was one of the high points, but what followed was most memorable. About 2 weeks later, we did an event at the Wild Horse Saloon in Nashville, and Tony Bennett was performing, and you know I'm a great Tony Bennett fan. And afterward, Al and Tipper and my wife Hadassah and I went up on stage, and Tony Bennett saw me. This is the truth, and he said, "This is probably why I'm here again tonight. I saw you on Conan a couple of weeks ago. I heard you sing. You're good, kid." I realized then that no matter how the election ended, the whole experience was worth it. It can't be much better than that.
Right. Are you sure he didn't think that he was talking to Mel Torme or something? Maybe he got confused somehow.
You and I are probably the only two people in the room who remember Mel Torme.
We had him here many times.
We did. Good.
Yeah.
Great performance.
Now, that was a highlight for you. I understand you're a big baseball fan. You had another highlight in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. Well, this is what...
See, you wouldn't get these kind of questions on Russert.
See, on
Russert would be like, I'm Russert, I'm Russert. That's my Russert impression. He bobs, he weaves, please, someone get him help. All right.
Yeah. See, I'm laughing because this is what on Russert they call opposition research, you know, our staff research. So I'm surprised that you know about this. And I believe what you mean did not happen in center field. or in the infield. But I was at one of those great 2 games, third or fourth game of the series between the Yankees and Arizona a couple of years ago.
Amazing series,
Amazing series. And, you know, I didn't want to leave my seat, just as a preface to this, because things kept happening. By the end of the game, which went to extra innings, I was feeling some strong pressure. So anyway, on the way out,
what a delightful way to talk about it.
So
people are going to misunderstand and think you're cracking up. You know?
I'll get to this very quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm amazed that you know this. So on the way out, they took us. This is one of the great things about being a senator. You sit up front, and they took us out through the Yankee dugout, and I see the Yankees' own latrine, and I had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to use the very same facility that Joe D., Mickey, and Derek Jeter used. Is that what you had in mind?
No, I don't know what that. I don't know what that was all about. So let me guess. So let me understand this. The 2 highlights of your professional career so far are singing on Late Night with Conan O'Brien, and the other involves a urinal. Is that what I'm supposed to understand?
And you don't think this qualifies me for the
highest office in the land?
On our land?
I think you have to be president now.
Thank you.
Are you? After that, have you thought about a running mate? Do you know who your running mate might be?
Well, you know, I was thinking about you, but then, until you earlier in the show described yourself as already the most powerful man in the world. So, you know,
so that was intimidating to you. You fear me now.
I do.
You couldn't have me as a running mate because I'd be too powerful.
It would be a step down, but you're on.
Step down for me?
I am considering Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson, yeah. Well, you can do a lot worse than Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, but you're not yet on my short list.
Okay.
You are on my tall list.
Is your wife, Hadassah, excited about you being on the show? Is she, I mean, on the show, but is she excited about... First,
she is, yeah.
That's an interesting slip-up. Is she really excited that, that you're here seeing Conan O'Brien? And what does it mean to her? No, is she excited that you are running for president? Because she might not be. Not all wives want their husband to run.
No, she is excited. Look, it takes something out of the private life. You know, we have a nice relationship, good family, but you got to be on the road a lot working. And but you know, this is an extraordinary opportunity. Feel ready for it, and she's excited about it. I'll give you one of my favorite stories from the 2000 campaign, because Hadassah became something of a star, you know, and she went out campaigning on her own instead of us doing it together. I talked to her on the phone. One morning I called her. This is a story women like. I called her and found her in Minneapolis. I was in Little Rock. And so I said, "Sweetheart, how you doing?" And she said, "Things are good." I had a great interview with the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. And as a matter of fact, they just dropped the paper off of my hotel room, and there's a beautiful picture of me on the front page. So I said, "Wonderful, you're helping the campaign so much." And then, you know, these awful competitive masculine hormones start to well up. So I say, "Well, I'm in Little Rock, and, you know, they just dropped the Little Rock Democrat Gazette off at my hotel room. And believe it or not, there's a picture of me on the front page." And she hesitates about 3 seconds and says, "Are you above the fold?"
And were you?
I wasn't. She was.
Yeah, she kicked your ass.
She got me. Yeah, she got me, right.
Did, now, if you make it to the convention with Hadassah, will you recreate the famous Tipper Al long kiss? Would you do that?
I think they've retired the crown there. I think that we're...
what if that becomes the tradition and now candidates have to outlast their kiss, and every 4 years it gets until it's like 45 minutes long?
Yeah, I think we're going to... I actually asked Hadassah, I tried that a few times after the Al Tipper kiss in public, and she said, "All our long kisses will be in private, sweetheart."
Right.
With a little edge to it, you know? Sweetheart.
At least she didn't taser you. So when do you go to New Hampshire and start? I mean, shouldn't you be there now shoveling driveways? Isn't that what...
we've got our shovels. We're on our way. This is, you know, it is a remarkable part of the whole process here. You're seeking the second highest office in the land, second to your job.
Thank you.
And
thanks for feeding my delusion.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm happy to do it. And you start out really door to door, house to house, shopping mall to shopping mall, shoveling sidewalks, you know, whatever they want. We're going to New Hampshire, Iowa, South Carolina, and Arizona, the first 4 states in which I presume you have large audiences. in the next couple.
I'm adding it up right now, yes. Between all those states, I think there are 62 people who will be firmly in your corner.
Very good.
Listen, best of luck to you.
Thanks, Conan.
And let me
Great to be
mention that
back.
An Amazing Adventure, which is your and Hadassah's personal notes on the 2000 campaign, available in stores now. And
many more Conan O'Brien stories are in there.
I looked it up. There aren't any. Senator Joe Lieberman, Rosario Dawson coming up. We'll be right back. Thank you. That was great.